I'm Margaret. I was introduced to vinegar cake by a friend of mine, and to be honest, I didn't really want to taste it at first. I thought it might taste of vinegar. Well, I was glad to find out that it didn't. All I could taste was beautiful moist cake with lovely fruit and the flavour of caraway. So, here's the one I tried at home. I hope you enjoy it. So, once you've buttered and lined your baking tin, it's time to start rubbing your flour and your butter together. It needs to look like breadcrumbs by the time you've finished rubbing it in, and don't forget to give it a little shake. That brings all the larger pieces to the surface so that you can rub them in properly. Now, bicarbonate of soda, often called baking soda, is a really important part of this recipe. It gets mixed into the dry ingredients. The vinegar, only 2 tablespoons of it, gets mixed in with the wet ingredients, and when they're mixed together, they react to form bubbles and help the cake to rise. Now for the wet ingredients, including that vinegar. With hindsight, it might have been better to mix the eggs and the sugar first, before adding the milk and the vinegar. They might have combined a bit better. It's the first time I've made this cake, so we learn new things as we go along. When mixing the two together, I need to make sure that the flour is only just incorporated. This is because if the flour is overworked, the gluten starts to work and the cake would have a tougher texture. We want the cake to be light and fluffy, so we mix as little as possible. Whenever I'm scraping the last little bits out of a mixing bowl when I'm baking, I often remember how my mother used to insist that every last bit of batter came out of the mixing bowl. I used to think, what's the point of that? I won't be able to lick the bowl. I like to add a sprinkling of demerara sugar. It gives the cake a lovely crunch on top. Let the vinegar cake cool for about 20-30 minutes in the tin, and then take it out to cool completely. Then you can cut a slice and put your feet up. Well, that's it from me. Do drop a like and leave a comment, and I'll catch you next week.